Alright, back again, Luke here, and today what I thought I'd do is show you guys something that I've been working on here. It's something that I kind of talked about a little bit in one of my last videos, but not something that I went into extreme detail on. But if you remember that video that I put up a little while back there on the Namco FCA PCB on how to wire it up, and how I was mentioning that this thing is really tricky. It's a bit difficult because it came out of a System Super 23 arcade hardware system. And what I've been trying to do here is wire this thing up so that I can use it for some of my other games. And now you can tell by the title already, but one of those games happens to be this. This is Gun Survivor 2 Biohazard Code Veronica on this Naomi setup that I got probably about a month ago or so. Maybe it was a little bit more recent, but haven't had a chance to clean it up yet. The board's still really in rough shape, but all it came with was just this. You know, this is the setup here, and been trying to wire this thing up to try and get it to work with it, and it's just been a nightmare because there are no pinouts that are for this that I can find that will actually work with this particular FCA board. So I've been just kind of blindly checking here, checking the different voltages on the different pins, making sure that I don't ground anything out that shouldn't be. There was a couple of close calls where I accidentally had my what was it? I had my ground touching, it was just barely touching on the ground, and it slipped off and it just kind of reached over, or kind of leaned over and touched on the 12 volts, so there's a little bit of a delay, and then the board turned red, and I was like, oh no, I fried my board. But you know, I took it and turned it off and made sure all the connections were alright, and then fired it back on, and sure enough it worked alright. But yeah, that was some kind of scary stuff there, scary moment. But I've been in the process here, like I said, just trying to figure out all of these different wires. What happened is when I went and turned this thing on, I could get this thing to turn on no problem, but it would just go through the demo mode and it would say insert 2 coins. Well, you would think it would be kind of easy to find the coin in button, but that's, yeah, non-existent. I can't find the coin in button, and I can't find the service button. Well, I take that back. I found the service button. I just couldn't find the coin in button. And because I couldn't find the coin in button, I was going nuts because I couldn't start this thing up. And lo and behold, I was finally able to find not the service, but the select up and down. And the select up and down switch are the ones that will allow you to turn the different things on, like for example turn on free play mode or turn on some of the other options. But if you don't have those select up and down wired up, you can't do anything. You can't set any of the settings. So I would be able to see the settings, but I wouldn't be able to wire them up. So luckily I was able to find those, hit the select button, and turned it on. And then you have to hit the enter button, which I had to find the enter button, and then going around here trying to find the gun button, which this is really tricky too. Is the gun button here is a square. It appears as a square on screen, so you have to make sure that you press the gun button one. And then I have my other one over here, which is my trigger button. Those are the two of the main ones. And unfortunately, there are some kind of tricks that I'm going to have to try and work out here, which is going to be really difficult. And those are the controls. Now, the controls have 3 parts. They have the pitch, the yaw, and the roll. And for those of you who don't know what all 3 of those are, you have your left and right, basically your X and Y, up and down, and then you have your front and back. So the gun for this thing is really amazing. It used to go like forward and backwards, left and right, and then up and down. So it had 3 potentiometers on it, which means it's not something where I can easily just grab any old joystick or any sort of regular controller and wire it up, because it just won't work. So I'm going to have to try and find something that'll work with it. But nonetheless, I have made some progress. Like I said, I was able to get this thing out of the coin up mode and got it into free play mode, so I'm really happy about that. And got the gun button wired up and the trigger button wired up. Unfortunately, I can't move in the game at all right now because I don't have any of the controls wired up, but I figured we could at least take a look at the intro here. So let me Try and plug this beast in. You guys can take a look at it. Well, you know what I did? Plugged in the wrong one. Oh no! That was for the Chihiro. Where is the one for this one? Plug in the Naomi one. There we go. That's better. Gonna make sure I got all these wires and everything around here. It sounds quite a bit loud right now, but once the game engages, the sound drops down quite a bit. It's kind of strange. I don't know, it might be some capacitors or something, but... Luckily, you know, been able to get this far with it, so it's not too bad. But it's definitely going to need quite a bit more work in order to get fully functional, and those controls are going to be really, really tricky. Probably more tricky than what the Beastbusters one is, but I still have to find controls for the Beastbusters as well. You can hear the volume kind of went down there. But you can see how it says press the square button, and it's like... since I didn't have the, you know, I don't have the original setup here, so I don't know what the square button was. And then finally I was able to figure out, okay, the square button is the gun button. So... that was nice, but I'll let you guys take a look at some of the kind of demo mode here. It's pretty cool looking. You can see how it shows you how to go front and back, left and right, and then spinning around. So I might be able to work out a controller, now that I think about it, one of the old controllers that were for Ikari Warriors or for Time Soldiers, that might actually work for something like this, come to think of it. But those controllers are pretty rare and quite expensive as well. But they have all three. But yeah, I really would love to get a chance to play this thing here. I'll hit the old gun switch here.
Biohazard.
And then the trigger switch, if I can find it. Like I said, I can't move at all, but at least you guys can see a little bit. think since I didn't set any of the controls right now, I didn't initiate the controller here, so it's just going to be spinning like crazy. Yeah, I guess it stopped spinning. No more spinning there. Yeah, I can't do anything except get eaten alive. But yeah, you guys can see, I mean, you can see for yourself, it's getting there. It's just gonna need a bit more work. I'm gonna have to get a controller or a joystick that I can wire up here to get this beast going. But it will definitely be a lot of fun to play. Hopefully when I get everything wired up here, that'll work correctly on it. But yeah, I just want to show you guys a little bit of what Gun Survivor 2 Biohazard Code Veronica looks like here for the Naomi, and the progress or lack thereof, whichever way you want to look at it, that I've made on the system so far. Now hopefully sometime soon, if parts are willing and patience is there, I will definitely try to get this thing working 100%. It may take some time. I mean, there are some boards that I still got to do quite a bit of work on, but hopefully in the end here, we'll be able to do something and make a gameplay video on it. But yeah, that's about all for me for right now. Like always, I'll put up another video here soon, so thanks for watching. Shows you a little password there. And press the square button if you want to go back to the main screen. If you want to go to the title screen. It only lasts for a couple of seconds here, and then that's it. Disappears.